Hey everyone, my name is Sentis, and today I'm going to be showing off the Jayce deck that I've been working on the past few days. I've had a lot of fun with this deck online. I've had a bunch of people asking me to post a link to my deck, so here it is on Piltover Archive. Uh, Let me know what you guys think about it, and let's get right into it. Jayce, Defender of Tomorrow. This is our first ever blue-orange legend introduced in Vendetta, and his whole playstyle revolves around gear. He wants to ready gear, he wants to play gear. He's a very fun legend. He's probably my favorite legend of the entire game right now. I've been having a absolute blast playing him. And just for a side note, real quick, this is not an Aurora deck. I'm not a huge fan of the Aurora playstyle. I wanted a deck that synergizes more with the actual legend ability of Jay, so this is what we've been working on. We've got to get right into it. We've got a 5/7 split for the runes, 5 blue, 7 orange. I do this because I only have one blue power cost in this deck. There could be an argument that I would want actually an 8/4 split, but I think a 5/7 split is better for the future, especially when we start getting into things like the Sig gear or brand new spells for the sets. This also is like if I want to play deflect, I'm not like doing orange runes, so I can still hold it up. Uh, for battlefields, the first battlefield we got, this is my blind battlefield. This is Orange Forge. This battlefield synergizes incredibly well with this entire deck. It makes the first gear you play this turn cost one less. Incredible. Incredible, incredible, incredible. It makes things like Orb of Regret completely free to play. It makes Tools of Empire cost 3. It makes the Hextech Disc cost 3 and 1 power. It makes your Patch Porobot cost 1, which is very, very fun. Absolutely love this card. Uh, this is my going first battlefield, Veiled Temple. This is probably the strongest synergistic battlefield that Jayce has access to at the moment. That obviously can change depending on what new equipment they release. That could change depending on whatever his Sig gear is. I'm assuming it's a gear, not a spell, because of the way the legend works. We don't know. But this thing is beautiful. Being able to ready Tools of the Empire, being able to ready a Patch Porobot after it conquers, being able to ready your Hextech Disc so that you don't have to use Jayce Legend for it. Awesome. Feels absolutely great. This is my going first battlefield 99% of the time. Sometimes it's my blind battlefield. I usually reserve this for when I'm playing against something like Azir, just so that I don't give him the Orange Forge on the blind battlefield. Uh, but obviously, we'll just have to do some more testing. This thing is absolutely perfect, though. Third battlefield, my going second. This is the Piltovan Forge. I'm just kind of experimenting with this, to be honest with you. I don't really have a lot of gear that taps and costs 1. I'm not running the book that draws you a card. The only gear I have that you tap 1 and do something with is the Hextech Disc. This feels really nice with the disc though, because essentially you can get it to 2 energy, 2 mechs, which is very, very good. But I'm still experimenting with this. This might be replaced at some point in the future. I am recording this before the release of the ban list, so I might change this out to Aspirant's Climb just for games that I want like a longer game. But we'll have to see depending on what changes. Getting into the main deck, the chosen champion I run is Jayce Mana Progress. This is different from what other Jayce players I've seen online doing. A lot of them love running the other two legends or champions for the chosen champion. I am a sucker for when your chosen champion doesn't cost any power. Jayce doesn't cost any power, and his ability feels very nice to cheat out something like Tools of the Empire. If you I have had games where I do want to play the Hextech disc off of him, and it does cost a power to do that, but it feels a little bit better when you're playing out 8 energy, 1 power instead of a 5 in 1 or a 6 in 1. But obviously, things could change. What I'm hoping for is we get a little bit more gear this set because obviously we're still in the pre-release and we're still obviously the spoiler season. So I'm hoping we see more gear that's 7 or less or closer to 7 for Jayce, just so there's more of a reason to run this very very good chosen champion. Uh 3 of Orb of Regret. This card is bonkers in this deck. Being able to ready this thing on the turn you play it for -2, being able to have this thing essentially be -2 might for 1 energy the turn after you play it feels really nice. Essentially, you get Mel's Legend ability on a gear. It is great. I love it. Very, very fun. Very good gear. The next thing I'm running is Retreat. Retreat reaction, return a unit to its owner's hand, channel a rune. This card is awesome. There's units later on that this thing synergizes incredibly well with. Love this card. I love using it to replay Jayce to get his ETB, especially when you have gold up so you can cheat out the discs and not deramp. Love using it to get Jayce and actually kill gold to play out Tools of the Empire so I'm not tapping 4 energy to play him out. It's just a very good card. Run 2 of them. I think 3 of them is a little too much because it starts doing not a lot late game if they're not really threatening you. But it is a very good card. Stupefy, 3 of, replaces itself, give a unit -1 might, cost 1. Perfect spell, reaction speed. I don't know what else you could ask for. This thing's been a staple in blue decks since Origins. It's a great card. 2 Sabos. This thing is incredible. Having that hand information in orange, being able to rip away big gear, big equipment, big spells. It is perfect. It lets you set up what, let you know what you're going into when you attack a battlefield. It lets you know if you're playing around like a stun or a rebuke or a star-crossed. It is perfect. I run 2 of them in the main board. I do have another one in the sideboard for games versus things like Hook LeBlanc or Aurora. But 2 Sabotages has felt very, very good in my testing. On to the next card, we've got 3 Punch First. This thing has been a orange meta staple since Spirit Forged. Not much else you can ask for. 1 energy, 2 power, +5 might, action speed. Chef's Kiss, perfect spell. Can't be defied. Great spell. The next thing we're running is brand new gear released in Vendetta. This is Hextech Formula. Hextech Formula enters exhausted, but you can tap Jayce to ready it if you need to. Its gimmick is when you tap it, you empower another gear. This turns Tools of the Empire into a insane gear because it gives +4 might now instead of +2. This enables Hextech Disc to actually make a mech instead of empowering itself. It's a great card. I run 2 of them personally. I don't think I'd ever run more than 2 if I'm running it. If I see 3, I might see it too much. Don't really need it that much. Feyfolk, what else is there to say about this card? It was released in Unleash. It's a very, very good card. I love seeing it early. I love seeing it late. Late game, you can get some incredible might swings where you can pump this thing all the way up to like 13 might with a Tools of the Empire on the board. Very, very good card. Great ability. It's just never bad to see. Patch Porobot. This thing is a brand new card introduced in Vendetta. It's also a brand new unit type. It is a unit gear. So this means Blue Jayce can kill it with his ETB to play another gear. Jayce can also ready it with his legend ability, so you can have pseudo accelerate turn 2 if you see this in your starting hand. Sometimes it does replace itself. You are actually playing enough gear in Jayce that pretty consistently it will replace itself, especially because it doesn't say non-token gear. So things like gold from a Plundering Poro count for it. Very, very good card. I could not imagine playing this deck without 3 of these things. Plundering Poro, it's a classic with Blue Jayce. Kill the gold it makes, cheat out a gear. Not much else to say. If you don't kill the gear, you just have a gear for things like challenge or smokescreen or Rangar or disc. It's just a good card. Two challenges. Backline killing in orange. I do not run Bellows Breath, so this is pretty much my only way of targeting another battlefield or targeting the backline, like getting something like Karthus out. Unless you want to include Faith Oak in that, in which case you can just drag them in. Very good card. Running two of them because, again, I don't know if I want to see three of them. I think two is a perfect amount. I get it whenever I need it. It's a great card. Smokescreen. This thing with orange pump spells is not okay. With a punch first in hand, you're getting a 9 might swing for recycling 3 runes. If you don't want to recycle that many runes because you're not a crazy person like I am, you can do a 12 might swing with a repeated Tools of the Empire in this thing. It is a great card. Absolutely love it. Obviously, it's in the Defy range. Who cares if they defy it? That's completely okay. You're still playing orange. So you have things like Punch First. Absolutely beautiful card. Tools of the Empire. I've mentioned this card quite a bit. This is a brand new gear in Vendetta. Its gimmick is you tap it, you give a unit +2 might. If it's empowered, it's +4. This thing in Jayce is absolutely incredible. There are multiple times where I can give a unit +8. I've had multiple games where I have empowered Jayce Legend and I have 2 of these things up and I just swing in for 16 might. There's not much someone can answer that with. It's a great, great card. Absolutely love it. Again, 2 of them. 3 might be too many. I don't value the +4 as much, especially when I'm running the 3 punch first anyway. So 2 of them just seems like the perfect number for this deck. Hextech Disc. Brand new gear introduced in Vendetta. Another one. Empower. Tap it to empower it. Tap it again for 1 energy to disempower it and play a 3 mech token. This is just infinite recursion. You are consistently making mechs. If you have a Hextech formula out, you can basically have a setup for 2 mechs for 3 energy. It's a great card. It's an incredible card. I can't imagine not using this with Jayce. It just has really good synergy with the legend. Very fun. 3 Rangar. I'm sure you guys have played against an orange deck in the last month. This card is incredible. There's literally nothing bad about it. 5 and 1 for 6 might, and you can play it to a battlefield that someone's already at. Not much else to say. This thing with blue spells is not okay. Being able to retreat it is not okay. Being able to what's it called? Give this thing smokescreen is not okay. Having access to Orbs of Regret is not okay. Absolutely love this card. 10 out of 10. Love it. It's one of the reasons I play this orange color. 3 Gangplanks. This is a brand new unit in Vendetta. He is a vanilla 6 for 6. No power costs when you play him, which is very, very good. He does, though, have a empower cost, which is recycle to orange. After you play that recycle cost, he's now immune to a lot of really good things. He is immune to Stupefy, to Smokescreen. He is immune to Starcrossed, Rebuke. He is immune to Back Off, Facebreaker. He is a incredible unit. In combination, especially with 3 Orbs of Regret, the 2 Retreats, and the 3 Stupefies, Orb of Regret essentially reads 1 energy, give it +6 might with Jayce Legend. Retreat, +3 might, because it can't go to its own hand, channel a rune. Stupefy, draw a card and give a unit +3 might. It is a incredible, incredible unit. He's a powerhouse, especially when you start getting him up. I've had games where he hits like 40 might because of how he's being played. Love him. He is a great, great card. Onto the sideboard, we got the 2 Repulses. This is for like the yellow matchups where I'm playing against Hidden Blades or honestly really just Hidden Blade because Gangplank is not immune to Hidden Blade. He's immune to everything else. It's also very good to protect Rangar to make sure he's not getting rebuked if you don't have the mana to play him again. Just a good card. Sabotage. This is where the third one is. I keep this in the sideboard for games when I have to play against something like Baited Hook LeBlanc or Aurora, just so that I can try and maybe potentially snipe it out of someone's hand before they get the chance to play it, so they have to dig longer. It's just a good card. I don't know how to play orange without this card. I love it so much. Unyielding Spirit is a maybe at this point. I've played enough games where it's just like having Repulse is better. I like it for the games that I'm playing against, like the occasional Kaisa. The issue is I've not played against that many Kaisas, and it doesn't really do anything against something like Aurelia unless she's trying to Starcross me. Oh, sorry, unless no, it doesn't do anything to Aurelia. I was thinking Repulse. It kind of does something against Akali where it prevents the spell damage from her using her red champion and also stops her Sig spell, but Repulse just stops the Sig spell in its tracks anyway. So this is just kind of a maybe. I do like it for games I have to play against Elder Dragons, so I can protect my units at the base, so I can potentially uh, keep scoring and have an extra turn to not be not scoring. But we're heavily debating this card. 2 turn to dust. This is just for gear hate. Kill a BF sword in Azir, kill a baited hook, kill an Aurora. It's we've seen it. It's just a good blue spell. Auction 4 for 4. This one's another one of those cards that I don't know if I'm going to continue playing it. I do like it for the games where I can steal out a Aurora or a baited hook, especially baited hook. That's the big one. But for the most part, I do not really need him. If Jayce Sig gear is a equipment and not a gear, I could see him being played a little bit more just because the weapon master value is very nice to have. But until then, I'm just going to need to keep practicing and keep testing. And yeah, this is my Jayce deck. Obviously, it is far too early to call this thing done. We still have more reveals. We don't have his Sig spell. We don't know if there's any more unit gears. We don't know if there's any more equipment or gear in general. We still have more blue cards to see. I'm excited to see where this deck goes. And obviously, I'll keep you guys updated if you're interested in seeing it. Uh, but yeah, I'm also going to try and include maybe a couple games just to show this deck's power. I think it's fun. I think anybody, if you're interested, you should try Jayce, especially right now. He is probably my favorite legend. But yeah, thank you guys. Hey guys, and like I said earlier, I'm going to try and get you at least a game of this deck in action just to show you some of what I've been cooking up over the last week. This game we're playing against Akali. Akali is another brand new legend in Vendetta. She is similar to Jayce, one of the first anti colors almost, where she's red green while Jayce is blue orange. Akali honestly does not feel like that great of a deck to play against with this deck. She has a lot of movement, a lot of ways to just not care. Because Jayce is a very attacking focused deck. I At least in the gear deck, there's not really that many ways to have these huge might swings on defense outside of punch first and Rengar and all the other fun stuff. Here I'm doing the Poro because it's a gear. I'll also be able to play out Orb of Regret for free because of Orange Forge. It's just a lot of very good might to have on the board early. I normally wouldn't do this, but it is a Scuttle Crab. This means he has to at least dedicate some sort of pump spell or 2 pump spells to do it. I think he's trying to figure out if I can do that because he's a gear. New set, obviously, people don't super understand. Oh, yeah. Non-token. He's right. Did misplay. That's fine. Still, though, he has to at least commit to this, which is completely okay. That's my own fault there. I forgot tricking myself as much as I'm tricking my opponent. He can take that. He obviously, again, like I said, he has to commit something. Looks like he's going to commit the Akali. Interesting. Then we'll do this. Then we'll move back the Poro. Already the Poro. On guard. Okay. This is a little dumb to do for a Poro. So we'll draw one. You can see my hand. Death Knell. That is a-okay with me. If he wants to come deal with my this, that's okay. He knows I don't have a punch first. It wouldn't matter though because a Kali move will just kill him. But if he wants to go to Void Gate to deal with my Poro, that is completely fine with me. I was able to develop a Plundering Poro for my backline, which feels really nice. Hopefully next turn he'll be able to conquer so I can get to that nice 3 points. Or that nice 4-point break point. Honestly, if he doesn't come kill my Poro, then I'll probably just commit to... I'll probably just commit to building up my backline to hook him my Poro. That's fine. No empowered Akali Legend, so he's forgoing points. I'm a-okay with that. And there's Jin. Jin and Akali is a very, very good card. It just prints out... It will just print out all this shit for you. He'll print you out the free power, the free power, the free energy. He'll be able to give you your free falling stars. It's the wrong thing. Need to kill that. Bring up my tools. Tap 1 for this. This enters exhausted because of... It's just what it does. Do that. And now we've got this. And this feels like a very, very good board to have right now. I was able to develop quite a lot. Being able to slam 10 energy worth of stuff on the board for killing a gold feels really nice. That's why I like this version of Jayce, my CC. Obviously, people can have their own preferences. I have seen a very, very fun Jayce deck going around using the other blue champion, as well as the orange version, especially with First Mate and Wallop. Very cool, very fun deck. As it stands, though, the only thing I need to do is kill whatever he puts on the battlefield. What he could do to protect it, though, is like send a Kali in, just have her kill it and run away. Okay. So he's just gonna have a Kali come in and leave. That's okay. I feel like he should put Jin. He should move Jin to make that free. I'm surprised he didn't. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, so there's that. He's probably just gonna put this on the Kali now. She'll move in and do 2 damage to Jayce. So probably, no, 2 damage to the Poro, trade with Jayce, go back to base, right? No. Okay. Interesting. This is not actually at all what I'm expecting. Ah, there it is. Yeah, well played. Kali Sig Spell, it is essentially just a better version of Set's Sig Spell. It is incredibly disgusting. Especially in these colors where Kali has all these really awesome pump spells. It's seen some very fun decks where you use the green version. It is a gross good card. Jin's only moved twice. I know, because he used the power to equip. So yeah, he's good. If given the chance... Because he might have a Falling Star. I have to respect the fact that he could have Falling Star in these two cards. But I will play out the Gangplank. This is a little greedy. Do this just so that he has to respect that, because Faith Folk can go all the way up to 9. He can become a 9-might Faith Folk, which means he can kill both of these guys, even through the Akali legend ability, especially when I throw in Order Regret. Doing that first draw, that makes sense. Tells me he does not have a Falling Star. Okay. If he's written down my hand, he knows that I do not have a Stupefy or anything in hand, so this is really, really greedy. I just need him to not find that Falling Star, which a lot of Akali decks love running. Okay, 4-might. It's cool. Five. He'll go up to 9. As it stands, I would trade no matter what with these two. I wouldn't hate that, to be completely honest with y'all. Because I think it'd be these two, it'd be 8 damage. So they'd have 8 might. I'd be taking 3 damage from the Akali ability. So it'd be a trade completely. Obviously, unless I smokescreen. But he could have a pump spell in hand. So I'll commit to it just because I have the Rengar in hand. So he'll be down to that. And I'll pass focus because I'll take a trade here no matter what. That's completely okay. Yeah. It's a trade. It'll be a trade unless you have a pump spell. So it's a trade still, because Akali's done 3 damage to me. Pass focus. But yeah, that's why I love Faith Folk in this deck. Being able to just deal with 2 of his really important units, even through a pump spell. Obviously, I did have a smoke screen, but a 9-might Faith Folk is nothing to scoff at. Now, obviously, the perfect case would be he goes and conquers the Void Gate with Scuttle Crab. And I play Rengar there, because if he can't deal with both Jin, or you can't... actually, that's a little greedy on my part. I should not do that. Just because of the fact that he has a Kali 6-spell in his trash, which does have a new mechanic called Flow. So if I played Rengar here in response to Scuttle Crab, he knows I have nothing else in hand. He would literally just do... He'd trade with my Rengar, so I'd lose everything, and Jin would still have his GA. That's fine. That's fine. It's an unfortunate case. I don't want to give up the point, but I don't really have an option here. I would love it if either of these gears had action, but they unfortunately do not. If he wants arguably the best play, it would be send Scuttlecrab into my Gangplank. That works too. That also works. So does that put Jin up to 8 might? Pass focus. I've got Rengar in hand. Yep. Goes down to 7. I'm tapped out. Actually, that was a terrible play because he's just going to Kali 6 spell now from his trash. Oof. Really bad on my part. Forgot it has flow. Or he has perfect execution to do that as well. That also has flow. Yeah. So you got that, brother. Yikes. This deck is just very, very hard to play around. It's a lot of movement, which I'm really struggling to keep up with in this gear deck. It feels a little bit too slow to deal with a Kali. Yeah, GG. Go to game 2. I struggling with Gangplank. I like him a lot, but it just does not fit this playstyle. Think there's a world where I might get rid of him for other units. I've seen a new card going around, Plaza Guardian. That looks really, really good for this deck. Also, still have to account for whatever Jayce 6 spell is. Assuming he's starting in all his gear hate now. So things like Thermo Beam are really bad. Brittle Tools is a new one that's awful. Honestly, there's an argument that he should just have Brittle Tools in his deck instead of the Thermo Beam for a lot of this. Going first, I'll do a Veil Temple. Let's just do the punch first. Yikes. Do that. And then it'll play out as a Kali. Honestly, I kind of do just need to play slower. If he plays out a Kali, there's no point sending the Faith Folk in. It's just going to die. It's 1 point for it to die, and a Kali loses nothing for it. Oh, Scuttle Crab. I do like that. Do that. Ready him. Pass focus. Conquer. Ready from Failed Temple. And then we'll play out the Sabotage because I want to see what he has in his hand that he could pump the Scuttle Crab with. Oh, nothing. Cool. Oh, the Discipline. Sorry. Meant to ping it. Apologies. Then he'll move the Scuttle Crab into Star Spring. It'll just die. Punch for his Rengar and Formula. And I'll pass. Yeah, this is incredible card. Very happy to see the Sabotage. I had to play around something like On Guard. As it currently stands, he has no real way of actually going into one of these battlefields on this next turn unless he drew a Kai'Sa, which in that case Kudos to him, brother. He got it. Move back. Move in. Conquer. Ready the Porobot. Do that. We'll just pass. And then, like I said, he did not have any other pump spells. He does have an Inferno, so he could, as much as I would love to drag Jin here to kill him with a Rengar, it just is not worth it. Because he has that Inferno. That Inferno will just literally let him do whatever he wants. Arguably, there is a correct world here. If he plays out a Kali, I can just send him here. You get a double kill with Rengar Punch first. I do deramp a lot, but he didn't have any pump spells last I checked. I have 2. I also should be drawing 2 orange runes on the next play. We'll just have to see. Interesting. So he's putting that on Jin. Huh. Just play the Rengar here. Hope he doesn't have a pump spell. He has the Inferno, so move Jin back. Yep. That's okay. I get this. I am doing that just to get rid of the GA. I need Jin to not be able to do this shit that he's doing where he moves in and out. And again, no pump spells. His hand is kind of bricked, honestly. I'm a little surprised about that. And if I draw 2 orange runes next turn, he kind of just has to respect the fact that I have the punch first to go to 12 might. It's a fair card, I promise y'all. That's the 1, so he's floating 1. Okay. You gonna have another thing? So Inferno's at 3, Jin's at 5. Yep. And just like that. Doing the smoke screen. Yeah. Forgot that one. And I've got 2 of them again. Gosh darn it. Arguably, the better play here was to Superfly the Skull Crab just to draw, but he's playing a little slow. It's my fault. I missed out on the turn 1 play, but any turn 2 unit will do that. Be awesome if he raked it. Interesting. Sorry. You got that, buddy. You got it. Hello, Jen. This is probably the most bricked hand I've ever had in my life. That's not my champion. I'll kill this. Out of tools. Yikes, this is like a really chopped, really bricked hand. If I knew I was going to get another 2 punch first in a row and my tools, I wouldn't have done anything. Where all the gear at? Where the gear? Where are my units at? Obviously, this deck is a little gear heavy. I personally just think that's the correct way to run Jayce. Obviously, this game does not make it look like it is. Where's the GA? He's going to put it on Jin. Yep. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Can buff Jayce all the way up to 8 or 12. Like I said. Ooh, don't want to do that just yet. Do that just to hard cast the Empower. Put that on Jayce. Come here. Thanks. Do have 3 punch first in hand though. That's where we're at right now. I think I'd rather use Stupefy first, personally, just so I don't deramp. Hello, Akali. Yeah. Could Falling Star. Nope, he's an Empower Akali. Alright, cool. Let's just get if I can. He lets that resolve. No, unfortunate. Do just struggle. I'm lost what to do against the Kali. I'd appreciate any sort of help, y'all. This deck feels way too slow against it, and this deck also feels like it just doesn't really like when you draw 3 punch first. Granted, I guess it is because I'm drawing 3 punch first. So it's a little bricks, but what can you do? I'll save us some time. Got it. Break. Ah. Alright guys, and here I'm just going to try and give you a game of this list. I'm doing a best of 3 right now, going against Vex. As much as I love this hand, I need to get rid of at least one of these 2-drops. Ooh, wow. This is a very good starting hand. Oh my gosh, okay. We're playing against a Vex. Vex is a very, very interesting, very fun champ. I'm surprised she doesn't have Apathetic in her slot. I guess... Oh my goodness, how many 2-drops am I gonna get? Okay. We'll tap 1 to play out the Porobot, because it's a gear. We'll do 2 to play out the Faith Hook, just because I'm going to lose this guy here. I want to try and build up my back line, even if it is with these 2-drops right now. Especially next turn, because I have the Rengar, so I can actually bait him in to Orange Forge or Conservatory. Yeah. Now, the best thing ever would be him playing Vex at that battlefield. Looks like he's not. Okay. Try moving him here. Something just happened in the room, but see if he's still here or not. Cool. Banish it. Okay. Interesting. This guy will die. I'll end the showdown. Move into here. Pass focus. Conquer and score. No, I want to try and pretend that I have an answer to this, and I don't know if X has that much accelerate. Four and one. Aurelia. What is this deck? This is incredibly interesting. We'll do this. Rengar and Aurelia. Defy. Alright, that tells me he doesn't have any pump spells, and honestly, I just don't want him to do anything. Cool. I will back up both of these guys. He might have a... He could have like a sneaky deckhand or something, but it's another Aurelia. Okay. This is something I'm trying right now, the Plaza Guardian. I think I've said it in the video I was talking about. But Plaza Guardian, very similar to Rasa, except it's with gear. Notably, this does include Patch Borobot, so if I didn't have these 2 challenges there, I actually probably would have been able to play him this turn. Pass Focus here. We'll develop out Jayce, just because I have enough to play both of these if I need to. And I'll pass. Need to hope he doesn't have an answer. I think best case he tries to trade with my Poro. but he does only have 3 spells. I'm interested in this. I haven't seen someone play a blue Aurelia ever. This guy might be playing Purist Spirit Forge. Yeah, it's completely okay with me. Oh, wait, trigger. Trigger of this. Bring that to hand. Apologies, I always forget Ravenbloom. I do not use it. He saw the punch first in hand. Starcross, that and that. I mean, sure. I can just play Rengar to that battlefield again. Actually, the smart thing to do is just bring her back. So I do know what he has in his hand. If he doesn't bring her back, he's crazy misplay, honestly. Alright. Go here. We will draw. Play Rengar. Alright, so we know he has no pump spells in hand because of that. Unless he does this. That's okay. We'll do that. God bless the Defy. Smokescreen. And all he has left in his hand is the guy. Very interesting game one. I do want to try running some repulses if I can fit them in. He's playing a very gear-heavy deck. I'll take out one of the challenges to put in a repulse. I want to try and keep my gear in so I can get the Plaza Guardian going. I'd like to see a little bit more gear if possible. Because I'm going second, I'm going to do the Piltover. I know I said I wanted more gear, but not at the cost of a 2-drop. We'll get rid of the... Yeah. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Aurelia? Interesting. No deflect. I can actually get my guy to trade with her, surprisingly. We'll do this. That's a misplay on my part. I should have done this at Abandoned Hall. Interesting. It's my own fault. Okay. Crazy misplay on my own part. That's okay. Terrible misplay on my own part. Just take the trade. Could have gone to Abandoned Hall. That's literally my own fault. It's okay. Things happen. He deramped for that. I have a deramp. He's doing Vex. Interesting. Okay. We'll play this. Pay for this. Empower this with this. Make a mech. Yeah, sorry guys, if you couldn't tell, I'm not very good at this game. There was a world where I could actually just keep my faith folk alive because of Abandon All, and I. It's not a terrible misplay. It's bad. It is costing me early tempo, especially when he started with nothing on the board. I just didn't even think of Abandon Hall. I don't know why. Oh, hello, Soda. We'll conquer here. You know what? That's okay. That is banished. Let's just production surge this, honestly. I would have liked to have that gold just for the purposes of my thing. What we can do is this, sorry, this, empower this, get rid of the empower, make a mech. Do this. Ready. Make another mech. This one does cost one, even though I have the battlefield, just because it's only the first one I do. Then I will pass. I do just need to kind of respect this. He has purple Vex on the battlefield. I have nothing. He has so many pump spells. Diana, interesting. Okay. Pay for that with Jayce. Pay for this with Jayce. Are we their own ability? And honestly, all I want to do is pass focus. The correct answer here probably is to kill. I want to kill Vex before I go in with Rengar, just because. I just want to go in with Vex. I want to kill Vex before Rengar. Maybe before I go in with Rengar. I need Rengar to go in, and I am terrified of those pump spells. Emperor's Divide. Okay. Doing this to get the 3 points. I'll tap one. Play another one of these. Move this guy back. And I'll pass. I'm assuming he has something insane with Diana. I would like to do. Assuming he has something insane with Diana. You can't just send Diana in with like an on guard and kill both my guys because she'll get 5 might from an on guard. But I could answer it with a Stupefy. I think Stupefy is potentially worth trying just to see if he might have Defy though, which is where I'm a little hesitant to do that. But again, this is such a weird Vex deck. I've never thought of any like besides the Sona. Obviously, the Sona is just kind of the generically good thing. I have no clue. I've not seen No Longer Human and Cheerless outside of a Ezreal or Aurelia deck, and he's doing purple Aurelia as well. Interesting to see what he does. Yeah, it's okay. love to have a sabotage, just to have a chance to look at that hand. I believe he's just trying to think about what he wants to do with Diana. Again, like I said, Diana with any pump spell will come in. Okay. So we're thinking of this. So she'll go up to 6 might from that. I can get her down to 5. I'll go up to 4. And no. I don't want to play too aggressive with that. That is all of his, or one more winning cost. Okay. Target Diana with both of these. Move in here with this one guy. It is this battlefield, or I guess I should move in with 2. Yeah. Sorry, I had to think. I needed to respect that. I feel bad I did pass focus, but I need to respect the fact that it's purple Diana. If it means I don't take that battlefield, that sucks. Flurry of Feathers. E4. So she'll go up to 4. So it's 8 to 6. Okay. Do this. Currently it's 12 to 11. Just kill all of them. Yep. Now, Flurry is interesting. It's incredibly interesting, actually. What can I play here? So I've got Sona at 4, so it's 9 might total. I could reduce it by another 2 if I really wanted to do that. But I think what the smarter play here to do is play out the Porobot. Solve. Draw a card from it. Two. I'll empower my Jayce. 1, 2. Power this. Power this. So now both are empowered. Tap 1. Just to make another mech. I'll pass. He is going to very insane potential here. Another Vex. Okay. What a beautiful top deck. Okay. Power this. I'm completely willing to do all of this. Discipline. Because it's free. Yes. No, to a minimum of 1. Just hand knowledge. Play that as reaction, brother. That needs to be tapped. Alright. I'm gonna pass. It's my 12 to his. Okay. That's fine. Okay. So this happens. He does get that, unfortunately. I can't tap the Poro to do that. I don't want to let him know I have this. Just pass. He will hold the 7. If he has a Ride the Wind here, that'd be very, very bad. Damn. I did let the Sona have way too much value, and I did kind of throw this game immediately with that play. Right now it should be 7 to... Honestly, at least maybe 7 to something. We don't know how that play changed the game, but that was bad. That was really bad on my part. Ride the Wind. Yep. Cool. That's fine. Yeah. So you're 5 to my 7. Or my 8. You do need to invest another pump spell if you have one. I'm assuming he has one, considering the fact he has 3 runes up and just drawn a bunch of cards. Starcross. Okay. So this is just dead. Can't go back to hand. I mean, the obvious answer is that he has something here. Probably a gust or the wind or any of that stuff. Damn. GG. He left the game. That was not at all what I was expecting out of this. I thought Vex was going to be playing apathetic and stopping any of this, but this does kind of just show you the power of the gear deck. I would have loved to see something like my Plaza Guardian here. Obviously, they're down here. Why wouldn't they be? Because I've got the 5 gear on board right now, so this is a 5 for 8, which is absolutely incredible. I do think this has play in Jayce. I would love to hear what you guys think about it. Thank you so much.